Ah, there you are. What, did you take the poor man's aetheryte? I came here by a much faster, richer form of travel. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofsven. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe the personal approach will reach many who otherwise remain ignorant of our opportunity, and that does sound exhausting. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution. We are far more important. Only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. Ooh, filthy outside livers, gross. Like farmers and peasants. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient, more civilized candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. You'll have to sit back in coach, where I will be in first class, but we could take the airship together. Ridiculous. Alright. To the upper decks. Wow, I gotta talk to a lot of people. Like a lot of people. We'll start up at the Marauders Guild. I'm a Marauder, and that lets us start on the north end, and we'll work our way down. I don't remember any of these people's voices, so, you know, they've probably changed. Come on. Master Alphino's new organization? Yes, I heard of the formation of his trial company was in the offing. It is with regret, however, that I must decline your invitations. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, and the protection of Limsa Lominsa must needs my full attention. Plus, I find him insufferable. Fair enough. Fair enough. I totally respect your decision to avoid our organization, because he's exhausting. And up the stairs we go. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Alright. Now we've got even further to run. And sprint is on cooldown. I probably could have taken an aetherite that far, but it's fine. We'll manually walk all this way. Really thrive in the fact that Alphino thinks that using a pen on some parchment is equal to my task. He's obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. I know people don't like the voice act change from ARR to later, but having not cleared all the story, there does seem to be a difference in personality between Endwalker Alphino and ARR Alphino. So I don't know that a change in voice casting is not to the advantage of showing character development. So. Alright. Another pirate. That's 2 pirates in a row, right? Who's in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for yourself a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carvelane's door. The voice actor changed with the voice actor. You don't think that... I mean, the writing is also different. He's also obnoxious. And some of that's just game design, right? Like, they didn't have the escort system, so the number of times we have to go somewhere and he's like, it's so cold outside, but then he just stands there, that's just game dev, right? They didn't have the ability for him to move. So the fact that all these quest givers have to stand in one spot and talk makes them seem lazy. A precursor to the United Eorzean Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldik and Vermelis keep me close to the forge. I've not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Like putting 2 ships together and paying you for it? Fair enough. Let us jump to recruiting the realm. Come on. Yeah, there's a lot of direction that the game has changed, and the resources have changed, right? So it's like watching the early Harry Potter movies versus the later ones. If you knew that Harry Potter was going to have the success that it did in the Deathly Hallows movies, you would have spent a different amount of money and had a different direction in the first film. But it's possible in the process of going back and trying to do things better that they would have ruined the magic of it. But, like, in hindsight, there was a lot about those movies that wasn't good. How'd the beer trial go? So good. So good. Well, if it ain't Meteor, I'd not forgotten a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, don't you? My voice might have changed because you don't. Formerly of the Company of Heroes. 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. It ain't often I drag me arse out of Limsa for a drink and change my voice drastically from the last time we spoke, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You're looking to put a new crew together. Top tier work. Well, that sounds like a right lark, it does. Alright, lad. Count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. I'm probably supposed to remember what he sounded like. But that was back when we were, like, talking to, like, Jim Moon and stuff. That was, like, a billion years ago. Okay. There should be a way to teleport back. Well, I think I'll just walk. It's fine. Okay. Error was also during the voice actor strike. Oh, I didn't realize that. The more I get invested in this stuff, the more you start to, like, learn things about the industry, right? And so, like, it'd be like being able to name who all the voice directors were and what else they'd worked on and all that. There starts to be something where, like, people who watch a sport and can talk about, like, the coaches and where each of the players came from. They have a deeper understanding than simply, like, watching the game. And so it would be nice to have that level of understanding of this. Do I want to film? Yes. 12:30. Done. 24 minutes. We'll talk about 6.15. We're going to continue we'll probably finish 2.3 right before that, I assume, give or take. Meteor, your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Laminsa. Ooh, they're so dirty. A member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice, plus then I didn't have to go do it. Few could boast the acquaintance of such a elusive character. I, too, was successful in my task, of course. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await you at Norfica's altar. I'm taking a first-class voyage. You will be stuck back in coach. Ugh, what are you going to ride out in the open air on an airship? Gross. Yeah, I'm gonna ride out in the open air. Yep. Yeah, he's probably seated back in some fancy cabin downstairs or something. Being served like Chardonnay down beneath us. While we stand up here with the peasants in the cargo. Ridiculous. All right. Let's do it to it. What, does first class get to disembark first? Where did he go? He's long gone. I think I rode on the same airship as you, man. There's only so many airships from Gridania to Limsa per day. What a jerk. Alright, Conjurer's Guild, right? Nefika's Altar. Aethernet. Conjurer's Guild. Alphino. Hello. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more, again, see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the potential of candidates has run dry, not everybody is worth inviting, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. I'm sure he has some, like, fancy lounge that he's going to be hanging out in while he waits on me. I don't know if you guys have ever traveled with somebody that has lounge access. That is a different airport experience. You become distinctly aware that the airport is two very different places. Alright. Come on. Because I flew with a friend that flies enough that he had status and he had lounge access and all that, and like I got bumped to first and all that. I was like, whoa! And then I went back to the, you know, when I buy my own tickets, and it's worse. Oh, gods! Can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? I feel like we spoke earlier this day. It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron of Volbooski Boosks. Nope, I don't. Laurentius, I was selling maps and supplies to the Guardians before you and those red-belly poachers mopped the forest floor with my erstwhile employers. Here now. Just how many criminals have you dealt with? Is that my ignominious tale ignites not the slightest flicker of recognition? I bet next you'll say that my voice has changed too. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? The business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? What's your policy on reformed convicts? As the matter stands, the Wood Whalers have not more to do with me. This may just be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this. I promise you. I'm a changed man. Alright. Up we go. So we are getting people. Slowly. Not everybody, but some people. Dun, 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 dun. Grandfather, must you call it a day? Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, media, isn't it? It's been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look at how far you've come. Mother Mione tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf, and now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just. After all, I do remember what you did in Copperbell Mines, and they had it coming. I'm sure you wouldn't even disagree with that, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Alright, Grandfather, what do you have to say about that?
My back is perfectly fine, I tell you. You'll have to tie me to my bed if you think to prevent me from... well, I mean, mayhaps I shall just rest for a short while.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Oh, I encounter them outside Sestasha. Oh, well. Great.
You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I'm both puzzled and honored by your invitation. I have had varying moral character, and pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land, by mostly letting you go and redeem me while I sit on this bench.
You sent me into Hawk Manor and you won't come fight with me now? You did some awful things that made Hawk Manor possible, dude. Awful things. Alright. Terrible things. Terrible things. Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Awesome. Otherwise, you would just stand here doing nothing, huh? My organization is not worth it until my organization is worth it. This is sound logic. Who's last? Oh, to the airship. Great. Come on. Mr. Moon, do you have anything going on? Greetings, me dear. Is a pleasure to welcome a living legend to my humble establishment. Is there aught I might get you? Some tea, perhaps? Or maybe some of my eel pie? It would be a pleasure and honor both. I also always ask because we always seem to have leftover eel pie. I thought I was making the best pie when I put eels in it, but it doesn't seem to go very quickly. All I would ask in return is that you regale me with a story or two before you journey on. I don't dare charge anybody for pie with eel in it. I might share your tales of glory with those who would follow in your esteemed footsteps. She offers us eel pie every single time we talk to her, whether it's for a quest or not. Alright, Alfie. What news, Meteor? For my part, the Elder Seedseer was most amenable to our requirements. Yes, she said she was going to be more helpful from now on, thanks to me. I made sure she would be more helpful. A former wood whaler, a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Uldar whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade with the endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. I shall go board first class. Okay. Well, I guess we'll ride together, but I'll ride in coach. I'd be happy to pay for a first class ticket. He once again goes downstairs and drinks his fancy beverages. That's the Leveilleur cabin down below. It's all tricked out.